Hey guys, my name is Gabby. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing my February TBR. I cannot believe that we are already a month into 2021. This year feels like it's already flying. And in the month of February, I do have a few different reading things planned. But before we do jump into the TBR, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video. Book of the Month is a super popular and fast-growing online book service for readers. Their mission is to promote new and emerging authors and help readers discover books that they love. Basically how it works is there are hundreds of new releases every single month. Their team vets through all the hundreds of releases and they pick the top 5 that they think their readers will be the most interested in. So basically they do all the hard work for you and you just get to choose one of the 5 books every month. They're always choosing books in some of my favorite genres like thrillers, literary fiction, contemporary romance, historical fiction. There's something for everyone. They also are a risk-free company because you can skip any month with no penalty if you aren't interested in any of the 5 selections for that month, but I guarantee that you will be interested in at least one of them every month because almost all the time one of my most anticipated books gets chosen as one of the selections every month and I get really hyped about it. Plus they have the best prices for new release hard fiction books because typically new release hardcovers in the US can be anywhere from like $25 to $28. But this month when you use the code FEBREADS you can get your first book for only $9.99. What a freaking steal for a new hardcover book. So what are the February selections? The very first one is going to be The Kindest Lie by Nancy Johnson. I like on the app here, if you didn't know, they give you very little brief descriptions on what the book is about, so you don't even need to spend time reading the entire description. If you don't want to do that, you can just get a little idea of what it's about just by going through the app. This one is a debut novel and it's contemporary fiction, and it says this sweeping story traces a woman's return to her struggling hometown and the hope she finds in confronting her past. Next one is called Girl A, and this one says it's a suspense novel, and this one's also a debut. I've actually never even heard of this book before it was selected, but it sounds super interesting because it says this haunting exploration of trauma and survival is a gripping portrait of family violence and memory. And when I was reading the inside flap here, this said for readers of Room and Sharp Objects. So I'm like, excuse me, what? And then we have Infinite Country. This one is a literary fiction novel. This one's an early release as well. And this one says, this multi-generational story follows the lives of one Colombian family separated by borders. God, isn't this cover just stunning? Look at those colors. Like, look at them. These last two are probably the ones that I'm personally the most excited about. The first one is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. After reading The Great Alone and The Nightingale, I am so excited for this book. It's one of my most anticipated releases. This one is a historical fiction. It says, from the Texas plains to the California coast, this Depression-era tale follows a family striving for a better life. This typically does sound like something I wouldn't be interested in, but because it's Kristen Hanna, and I just know her historical fictions hit, I'm very excited for this one. I'm so excited. And then this very last one, I freaking squealed when I got this in the mail, because it's Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. This one is a debut novel. This one is a contemporary romance story. It says when a classic Virgo gets spontaneously married, she starts re-examining her life and what it is she truly wants. And this one I'm especially intrigued by for a lot of reasons because our main character Grace just completed her PhD in astronomy, which, you know, I love anything that relates to space and astronomy related things. And they didn't even mention the fact that it's a woman that she gets married to in Vegas. And it says she flees her home in Portland for a summer in New York with the wife she barely knows. Like, this book takes place in New York? Are you kidding me? This book sounds like it was written for me. Yeah, those are the 5 selections. Thank you so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video. Please do check out the link in my description if you're interested in Book of the Month. Now let's get on to the rest of the TBR. So, as I said, Honey Girl is one of my most anticipated romance books of the year. I was literally so excited that this is a selection this month because I was hoping to include this book in a romance reading vlog that I want to start this month with, just because, you know, it's February, it's Valentine's Day time. I feel like February is a really romantic month for some reason. If there was any month that screams romance to me, it's February. And so I wanted to start off February with like a romance reading vlog type of thing, and I really wanted to include this book. So I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to include this book in a romance reading vlog this month. And then along with Honey Girl, the two other books that I would like to read for this like romance reading vlog that I have planned is The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren, because this is an arc that I got. This one goes on sale in May, and it's Christina Lauren. I'm so excited to read this. I can't freaking wait. And then I would also like to read The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon for that video. This one just got published very recently by Berkeley. This one just published in January, and this is also one of my most anticipated romances of the year because we're following two public radio hosts who like low-key don't like each other, and they're gonna do like a show called The X Talk, and it's gonna be so freaking cute. I feel like it's gonna be major like hate to love vibes, and it takes place in Seattle, which is really cool because I live in Washington. Just overall very excited for this one. All right, as far as my selection for the book Troupe goes for this month, if you didn't know, I recently started a book club, and it's called the Book Troupe, and it's basically this club where we're gonna read thrillers every month together. And for the month of February, we will be reading The Wrong Family by Taryn Fisher, and I'm so excited to be reading this book. I mean, I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie, you know, because The Wives was questionable and not that great, but I am really excited to jump into this one. It sounds like it's gonna be really interesting and just really crazy, and I'm also really excited to announce that I do have a booktuber co-host for this month, and that's going to be Chanel from Chanel Time. Probably seen Chanel a whole bunch on booktube. She's such a bright light in this community, and I just really adore her so much. And I wanted to discuss this book with Chanel because I feel like she also really didn't like The Wives either, so I feel like no matter how this book goes, whether we both end up loving it or we both hate it, or if we have different feelings, whatever it is, I know that me and Chanel will have a fun time talking about this book, but I'm really excited. I do have high hopes. I do want to love this. Hello, this is editing me here. This is the part of the TBR where I would typically announce the book Troupe club pick for the month of March. I originally had selected Every Last Fear by Alex Finlay, but shortly after filming this video, it was brought to my attention that this book is super problematic because not only does this book apparently have really bad representation as far as like the Mexican characters in this book goes. I've just heard that these characters are very stereotypical and just the representation is not great. And so not only is there an issue with that, but a lot of people actually suspect that this author is using another pen name and that it's actually the author AJ Finn who wrote The Woman in the Window. And because there's just so much controversy around this book right now, I just don't feel comfortable continuing with having this book be the selection for the month of March, because I wouldn't want to encourage and support going out and purchasing a book that is problematic, because I feel like by me having this as a book club selection, it would be encouraging people to go out and, you know, support this author and buy the book potentially. And so I don't want to be in support of a problematic book, and so I think it would be better if we just scrapped this book for March and went with a book that I'm also very excited about. And so I've decided the new book club pick for March is going to be The Minders by John Mars. And this book is publishing in the US in like mid-February or so it'll be in perfect time for March. This book actually did release in the UK last year because John Mars is like a UK author, so his book's actually published there first, and we don't get it in the US till a little bit later, but I'm very excited to read this book, and so I'm very excited to read and discuss The Minders with you in March. And then as far as the rest of my TBR goes for February, I mean, I don't have a whole lot else planned just because the month of February is one of the busiest months for me work-wise, because my restaurant does this huge annual sale in the month of February, and so we're always extremely busy at work, and I'm usually working so many hours and working overtime and all that, so I don't have a ton of plans for February just because I want to kind of see how this month goes and not try to put too much pressure on myself to like commit to doing certain reading vlogs and stuff like that. But some books that I have my eye on that I would like to read this month if I get around to it, one of them is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. This one, I did mention that I'm waiting for the audiobook to come in because I really do enjoy the experience of listening to the audiobook as I'm reading along with the book, and just because The Hate U Give had such a good audiobook, so I really would like to follow along with that in this book as well. but this one just recently came out. This one is a prequel, I guess, to The Hate U Give, because we're following Star's dad, Maverick, when he was a teenager, and I'm just very, very excited about this one. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to this in February or March. It just depends on when I get that audiobook checked out. I also would really like to read Little Universes this month. This is this young adult contemporary novel that's about these two sisters, and it's like, you know, it has to deal with like space and things because it's like the universe and stuff, so I would really like to read this month. I also just recently got this ARC copy of Good Neighbors, and this one just sounds like it's gonna be so interesting because I don't even know if this is like a thriller or not. I guess this one is described as a mystery thriller slash literary fiction, and it's from an author who's previously only written horror books, it looks like, so I think that's why I'm really intrigued by this. I'm also really intrigued by this because the description literally says Celeste Ng's enthralling dissection of suburbia meets Shirley Jackson's creeping dread. And so for this book to compare itself to the literary style of Celeste Ng and then the creeping horror style of Shirley Jackson, I'm like super intrigued by this. So I don't know, I definitely want to prioritize the romance books that I have selected first day in the month. I also obviously want to prioritize the book club pick for this month, but if I do have more time in the month, maybe I'll just do like a random reading vlog of reading some books that I'm really excited for. And yeah, that is it. That is all of the plans for the month of February. So please let me know, what are you planning on reading in the month of February? If you've read any of these books that I mentioned for this video, then please let me know what your thoughts are on them. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!